Yeah. We here. What's up? What's good? What's popping? What's cracking? What's percolating? What's really good in the hood is your man Theo Butler. Shout out to StreamYard. You see, I just shared the link there and everything like that. For those of you who like doing videos and everything, such as myself live, StreamYard is the place to be. There you go, StreamYard. Jermaine, what is going on? A Nazi in the building, Jermaine in the building. Oh man, I think y'all excited for this one. I know I am. Yeah, what is going on? Yeah, we here. We here. Ooh, listen. Oh, can you tell I'm excited? Oh, I'm so excited. I just can't. I'm about to lose control. and I think I like it. Oh, woo, woo. I want to thank y'all so much for pulling up. Y'all did not have to. Oh, woo, woo. That's me on replay. Y'all didn't have to pull up. I want to thank y'all so much for pulling up. I see we got 5. Mr. Ray Smith, my elder, is in the building. Listen, this is a safe space unless you wrote this. This is a safe space unless you edited this. This is a safe space if you drew this. This is a safe space unless you had anything to do with this. Anything. When I say anything, I mean anything. In essence, hey, we ain't got to be talking. You ain't got to say nothing. You can stay in the background. Just hit the like button. just hit the like button. That's all I'm asking. You ain't got to say nothing. You ain't got to leave a comment because that would say who you are. You might not want to do that, right? Just hit the like button. Just hit the like button. You ain't got to share the video because if you share the video, I might know, right? You don't want just a safe space. Just hit the like button. So y'all go ahead and greet each other. Y'all know why we here. And this is full participation. Yeah, this ain't just me talking. No, I didn't did enough of that in the comic book reviews. No. This those that either know, want to know, at the very least follow the comic book review. Yeah. This full participation. Theo B, who made Jason write this mess of an issue, and they signed off on this crap. That would be one Axel Alonso. Well, look, let me tell you something. Stop lying. Like, it don't do you no good to lie when the truth sit out there. You can lie if the only person that know the truth is you, and you can hide the truth from everybody else. But don't lie when the truth sit out there like that. Like, oh, man. And I just like good writing. Y'all know me, that's a sticking point for me. Great writing. Remember when people were trying to say, oh, put him back on the throne, put him back on the throne. I was like, not at the expense of storytelling. It cheapens it when you don't tell the I'm gonna come back to notes because, like I said, this ain't all on me. Y'all pulled up for a reason. What you say, Mr. Smith? I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. If you have something to do with this, you can't be mad. You can't be offended or nothing. What you can be, what you should be, is ashamed that your name is even attached to this. Not the fact that you broke up T'Challa and Aurora. That's in and of itself. But the way in which it was done, damn, they ain't deserve no better than that. You couldn't come up with another story to break them up. Let me guess. Because there were some writers immediately in the past that wasn't going along with the program, you just said, F it, we're gonna do it. Oh. So those who do not know, if you don't know, there are a lot of things that were said about just Black Panther mythos in general. And the first one started with he died in the comics, and we know what I did with that one. No, Deadliest of the Species. Now I don't know what led me to Deadliest of the Species by Reginald Hudlin prior to Black Panther 2, prior to any of the drama in regards to whether, I don't know what led me to say that's what you're gonna do first. But I started off right there, reviewing that comic right there. Reviewing that comic right there. And like I said, the truth sit right there. So I've read folks, I've heard and been told, well, he didn't treat her right. Now I'm just gonna say this. I went back and read New Fantastic Four. Yeah, that was when T'Challa and Aurora were on the Fantastic Four. I went back and read that. You might want to say you got that wrong. No. If you said he mistreated Aurora, because I'm looking for it, because it's Jason Aaron got it written in this story. You're a terrible husband. Well, that wasn't in New Fantastic Four. That wasn't in the 2 issues Jonathan Hickman wrote in this Fantastic Four. That wasn't on Reginald Hudlin's watch, Jonathan Mayberry's watch, David Liss's watch. So you are a writer. What you lying for? Because that's a blatant lie. That's a blatant lie. Because you gonna mumble, you gonna utter, you gonna stutter, you gonna do all that. But what you're not going to do is give me factual detail in regards that T'Challa was a terrible husband and mistreated Aurora, and or that she was written like a damsel in distress. I don't give a damn if your last name starts with the M or if your last name starts with a C. Your first name can start with a C as well. I don't care. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Bad writing is bad writing. This is bad writing. This is bad writing because I get to look back and say, well, damn, nowhere in here was she portrayed as a victim. And I've literally had comic book reviewers and writers swear on that. Would you swear your life on it? Would you swear to your life or any life of the loved ones that you have on that? What about what's in your bank account? Would you put that on it? This is why the pastor says in church, go read for yourself. Go read for yourself. Anansi said, I remember X-Men Storm fans were celebrating the breakup of the royal marriage. I remember one X-Men Storm fan in particular who said, we won. What'd you win? What'd you win? Because she was misrepresented in that comic. What'd you win? A bigoted prize? A prejudicial prize? What did you win? I would love to know what they won. What did they win? Other than revealing themselves to be either A, insecure, B, bigoted, C, prejudice, D, have no self-respect for themselves. Because they can get it from anybody else. They don't mind getting it from everybody else. They can get it from Jean and Scott. They can get it from Destiny and Mystique. They can get it from Rogue and Gambit. They can get it from Rogue and Eric. They can get it from Logan and Jean. They can get it for Aurora and what the dude name, the Native American and everything like that. But they can't get it. For see, this is where the prejudice starts for, because I ain't met an X-Men fan yet say they wanted Aurora with Bishop. So I would love to know what they want, other than revealing themselves to be exactly who they are. Because what's going on? Rogue, Bishop. But now we got Chris Claremont saying he didn't want to be obligated to put two black characters together. You feel that way about them white ones. As a matter of fact, I ain't never heard that statement made before in regards to comic book characters being together. We don't want to feel like we got to put them together because they're both black. No, you don't want to feel like you got to put them together because they are black. It says a lot. That means regardless of the work a Chris Claremont has done, Chris Claremont is still a fragile man with a fragile ego who uses characters to make himself feel better as a man. I don't care what his name is. I don't. Your insecurities play out right there in front of you all day, every day when you least think about it. That says a lot about the X-Men fan. See, it's one thing to say you don't want Aurora with T'Challa, but to say you don't want to feel like you got to put two black characters together, then that means you never have to worry about Aurora being with another black mutant. Now, the damnedest of it all is when these Comic-Cons come up and everything like that, or when they sit in front of these views. And you know what? It was a European dude that said it. I saw it on the video. Someone just sold BET, Viacom just sold BET to some people that don't look like us. That means we don't control the media. That means we don't control the narrative. That means when we go do these comic book reviews or we go to these Comic-Cons and everything like that, we don't feel pressed to represent us. We're just glad to be there in front of whosoever. We don't want to ask them the tough question. Just let them do whatever. And you're going to help push it. Now, mind you, that ain't the imagery representation that we as black folks claim to be. And let me say this. There's a difference, a stark difference in begging somebody for something and letting them know they're falling short. And you see it. Yeah. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Let me keep up with these notes. I should say some X-Men Storm fans were celebrating, not all of them. No, you be correct. Absolutely, Anansi. I don't believe it was all of them. Sometimes when they say he mistreat her, they like to mention that moment Namor flooded Wakanda. But damn it, they better make sure they give me all of them instances in X-Men comic books then. X-Men, X-Force. Because as I said to somebody the other day, she got mistreated by Arcade. And she had a whole damn team of X-Men now. A whole damn team. Yeah, see, folks like to think we don't read. This is when I would challenge us. We read them stories. No, hell no. You're not going to say she ain't ever been mistreated. Oh, no. Doom mistreated her. Emma Frost mistreated her. Mr. Ray Smith alluded to the other night. Emma Frost didn't possess Aurora. Mind you, you want to talk about betrayal. When she wanted to put hands on Emma, you had some X-Men restraining her because Emma had supposedly turned over a new leaf. So when folks say they X-Men fan, I just maybe what they need to know we're X-Men fans too, so they can stop thinking they can lie like that. Hey, we read them stories too. And so, unlike some of y'all, we read them stories when they first came out, not the reprints, not the reprints. Yeah, we actually went and bought them just like your mama and your daddy or your grandmama and your granddaddy bought them. Yeah. That's what that was. Yeah, you might need to let them know because they don't think we know that stuff. Jermaine Knowles, Ronnie J says, what's going on with the Rock With Me Nations? Let's see here. Nico Bean said, what's going on? You talking about Forge, Native American cat? Yeah, Forge. Remember? Because when we African Americans, we got Aurora. We like, okay, tell me I'm wrong now. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. We just sitting there, I can be a mutant. Because up until now, we sitting there like, damn. Can't be no superhero. I ain't know the X gene had a problem with me. So we get Aurora, we happy. We say, oh, it's one. This one. We done went through 100 issues. Everybody and their mama damn mutant, except us. We got one. We said, okay, all right. They give us Bishop, 2. We got 2. Forge. Okay, look, I ain't got nothing against Forge. I ain't got nothing against Forge. Even though I would ask why, with all that, because he can do some stuff, why he just ain't regrew another leg. That technology actually exists in the 616. Yeah, my dog can have a whole leg. I don't know what we still got going on with this whole cybertronic leg and everything like that. Nevertheless, I digress. I'm like, I got Shaman and I got his daughter. I got Forge. I got Shaman and his Talisman. Talisman, that's her name, Talisman. I'm sitting up here like this. But clearly she, because I be like, well, we got Sue and Reed, and I ain't tripping on that. We got Gene and Sue. I'm gonna say we got Gene and Scott. I'm not tripping. We got Black Bolt and Medusa. We got Pete and First Gwen, then Pete and Mary Jane. I ain't saying nothing. We got Damian Hellstrom and Hellcat. We got Thor and Jane Foster. I'm not tripping. They got Doctor Strange, and we yeah. I'm just cool. I'm like, cool, no problem. But I'm like Chadwick Boseman, I want me some meat. So all I'm sitting up here like, Daredevil, Elektra. Hell, even the villains paired off. You sitting up here with the Absorbing Man and Titanium. Now, damn it, wait a damn minute. You got Dr. Ock, you got the Kingpin, and he done went from his wife to Typhoid Man. Come on, man. Come on now. Damn now. I ain't crazy. Well. You see all them damn couples I just named. Mind you, it's just off the cuff. I'm pretty sure it's more of them sitting out there and every damn thing like that. Rogue, Gambit. I'm sitting up here like, so you don't have no, so you don't see that? I don't even know how Chris Claremont felt. I don't know how Chris Claremont felt comfortable enough to make that statement. And I don't know how the person he made that statement to didn't check him. Unless, wait, it ain't us. We read the comics and that's it. We're perfectly fine reading the comics and promoting the comics without having any input in the comics. That's a damn shame. That is which crazy, because the folks that want to go along with whatever they put in the comics, whenever you criticize the comics, they'll tell you to stop begging. That's wild to me. And they look like you. That's crazy. That's crazy. Jermaine says, sometimes when they say he mistreated, yeah, mention that name, yeah, they can stop that, all that nonsense. What's going on? King Cam is in the building. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, they get that's trash. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go back. Avengers versus X-Men, issue 5 of 6, right? 22 pages. Just to let you know that T'Challa and Aurora were the second story. Angel and Hawkeye were the first one. let that sit right there for a second. This is the first story is Angel and Hawkeye. The second story is T'Challa and Aurora. Black Panther versus Storm. So, for those of y'all that don't know, I'm gonna give you a little bit of play-by-play. Maybe you have it, you don't. Over the skies, pretty much like I said in the comic book, the skies grow gray and dark over Utopia. It's some lightning. T'Challa look up. Now, T'Challa is in his current costume, not to be confused with the costume that was in Avengers versus X-Men 2, which was his Hell's Kitchen costume. Anyway, Aurora strikes T'Challa. If you do not know, prior to Avengers versus X-Men, Aurora and T'Challa were both in Wakanda. Just having defeated the forces of Anubis, where he was crowned King of the Dead. That's the story that literally takes place before. They were in Wakanda together, happily married. They had been happily married from Reginald Hudlin on to Jonathan Hickman. So it's some stuff said in this story. I'm like, where did you get it from? Where? She's striking with some lightning. Buddy threw it right back out because he T'Challa. He prep time. Prep time. And even with the whole damn Namor flood and Wakanda thing, now that I go back to it, this is when Namor floods Wakanda. This story is when Namor literally floods Wakanda. It's a few issues later, but he literally floods Wakanda. This is this story. How did T'Challa? Let me see. Now see, this is when Mr. Ray Smith would laugh his behind off. Well, when did he mistreat her? Because before we get to Phoenix 5, I'm trying to figure out how we got here, because I can't explain. They were both in Wakanda. I'm gonna say that one more time. They were both in Wakanda. This story starts, she's at Utopia before he is. So baby, the Phoenix Force is on the way. That conversation ain't take place. She just said, I got to go. She got a call from the X-Men. He didn't ask her what was up. She didn't volunteer no information. Then he get a call from, I'm going to keep up with these notes, then I'm going to get back to it, because I don't, like I said, this is a safe space unless you had anything to do with this trash. If you had something to do with this trash, well, if it was great, you wouldn't mind if I gave you credit. Well, this ain't great. I don't know what this is. It ain't nobody said nothing to you, because there's no way in hell I could have been out there back then, pull up to a Comic-Con, and you sitting in front of me. Oh, hell no. Yeah, I got to ask, what's good? You didn't find your writing inconsistent in regards to what the other writers had did before you? Did you have an agenda when you did this? Was this a directive from Marvel editorial? What was the justification? Oh, well, we didn't want to feel pressed to put two black characters together. But you have a plethora of white characters together. Was there a press issue there, a non-press issue? What are we doing? See, it's some stuff that just couldn't have never went down like this. But then again, that's me acting like I'm special. So I'm supposed to believe that, considering when this story came out, there are no black journalists that were at these Comic-Cons, these conventions. Ain't no black journalists in the comic book world pulling up, asking some questions. Hold on. See, here's the thing. You shouldn't even have to be black. You shouldn't have to be of African American descent to appreciate great writing, or to have an issue with inconsistent writing, bigoted writing, prejudice writing. Oh no, you don't need to be of African American descent. You don't need to be male. You do need to have a moral center. God damn, this, you know what I'm saying? This is trash. Utter trash. And I'm sitting up here thinking about Cochran trying to justify this nonsense. and nobody saying nothing, just letting it go. And then this story, when we talk Avengers versus X-Men, we don't point out this story. Why not? Oh, my bad. I think I got that answer. What about feeling pressed to put an interracial couple together? Right. Because we did that with Luke and Jessica. Not the Jessica that folks wanted, though. That's crazy. So we got to keep the collard greens and cornbreads and black eyed peas to ourselves, huh? But give the one out. Let me paint this picture. No shade to anybody. The Jessica that's on Netflix, that's not the woman Luke Cage would. She would have had to have been. What's the young lady Ice-T married to? Yeah. If Luke Cage finna be with a European sister, she shaped like Coco. I'm not knocking nobody. That she ain't walking around some dirty behind jeans, some busted behind combat boots on and everything, not giving two damns about how she looked. No, that's not that. Mind you, the woman he was supposed to be with was Spider-Woman. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one that's thicker than a Snicker. Yeah, he's supposed to be with her. Oh no, we don't want that. We don't want that. Give him this right here and then put it out there like that. Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Ray Smith. This is why I go to Mr. Ray Smith. Been reading comics before I learned how to read and everything like that. Yeah. Yeah. Coco Austin. Appreciate that. Man, Big Jermaine dropping all kind of jewels. Wait, Luke's supposed to be with Spider-Woman? Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Ray Smith. Yeah. That's who he was supposed to be with. They didn't want that. They didn't want that. That's who Luke was supposed to be with. So they gave him somebody. And Jason Aaron forced, because it wasn't supposed to be no child coming out that relationship. No, they wanted it to be a one-night stand. And she was supposed to be pregnant. But Luke Cage ain't that character where I'm just going to have a baby willy-nilly out here and I ain't finna be the father. So Marvel editorial course corrected and said, okay, well, they got to get married. Well, that took Luke off the board. Him getting her pregnant, that was intentional to take him off the board. You think it's a game. Folks keep thinking it's a game. Okay, well, remember, and no shade, we read Dr. Eve Ewing's Photon run. Photon came home. Her mother told her, I'm glad you're not with Adam. I thought he was too old for you anyway. That's never been said in a comic book. Now, I don't know why Dr. Ewing went along with that narrative, considering Logan, Charles Xavier, Eric Lenshear, Thor Odinson, hell, Pyotr Nikolaevich. Let's be clear. He was a grown-ass man messing with Kitty when she was a teenager. Yeah, that's what that was. I see, that's the thing. Folks like to think we won't know. Yes, we were. Yeah, yes, we were. But we got a voice now. We got a platform now. So now we can speak to it. Yeah, that's trash. And can't no X-Men fan stand in front of me and tell me them stories don't exist. Yes, they do. Well, Luke need to spin the block. Salute to Ray Smith for that. Listen, that's my mentor. I tell y'all, that's my elder. Bendis said that she was not talking the way he wanted, so he created Jessica Jones. She's a character. How was she not talking right? You're the writer, Mr. Bendis. Right. And to his point, how was she not talking right? Because in this story, this comic book, it's less than a full comic book, Storm versus T'Challa. Let's get into it because I have questions. No, I ain't got that. No, I ain't even heard about no blue marble figure. Not no new one. Give me 1 second here. You got to send me a picture, big dog. Send me a picture. Let me know. Let the Rock With Me Nation know what we got going on. So it was some verbiage here. Some questionable verbiage. And me, I'm like, you writing it. So you got the character speaking for you. I always knew marriage would have its ups and downs. That's any marriage. But God help me, I never imagined this. That's Aurora. He's speaking for Aurora. Jason Aaron. The air around it heats rapidly to 6 times hotter than the surface of the sun. A sonic shockwave begins to rumble, and then a billion volts zero in on their target, heading right for the man I love. That's Jason Aaron writing this. This is what T'Challa, he's writing. He's speaking for T'Challa in this. I will always hate myself. I will hate myself for this for years to come. If only there was another way. But no, either I save the world or save my marriage. No matter what happens, one or the other is doomed. So you mean that dude, him. Because it's crazy. I think Reed then found a way to save his marriage, right? And him and Reed peers. The verbiage. Don't you dare blame this on the Phoenix or Cyclops or anyone else. Their marital problems, the fight that they have going on. Don't blame it on the Phoenix or anybody else. Can I blame it on Jason Aaron? Or should I blame Axel Alonso? Should I blame the fragile mindsets? This is about you and me. So this story is about these two characters. Yeah, I kind of picked up on that. I'm just sorry it took the end of the world for me to see. You mean you just sorry it took this story for you to put it out there? So no end, because what you're telling me is they didn't face no end of the world circumstances with the new Fantastic Four. That's trash because Galactus was involved in that. Like I said, I read that. Stop lying. They didn't face no end of the world things when Anubis was about to run amok. That's crazy. That's literally a deity trying to get the heart of knowledge, eye of knowledge, and just make it do what it's gonna do. All right. Doom War, nothing. Okay. What a terrible husband you are. You said that with your chest. You wrote that without having anything canonical to justify that statement. That's the thing to me, to write that as a writer and not have one thing to justify it. It's trash. And not get pressed when you go out and you do your tours about this. He was always too cold. T'Challa, she was always too hot-blooded. Aurora. So when was he cold-hearted? And when was she hot? She was never, him saying she was never going to be happy in Wakanda. You know David List really does have a story out there where she like, I miss you, I love you, I wish you come on home. Like, Jason, did you know you got a peer that wrote this? Or was you not checking for what he wrote? What about John? No, damn good well. I know damn good well y'all didn't know. I ain't gonna do all that. I know damn good well you ain't act like Jonathan and right there. I know damn good well that ain't what that was. I know we're not gonna act like Jonathan Hickman ain't Jonathan Hickman. I know better than that. I know better than that. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. And then knowing that Reginald had Bass play an influential part in their marriage, because I don't see Bass in your storyline. Like I don't see Bass show up in this one shot, and I don't see Bass show up in the main storyline of Benjamin. I don't see Bass because that's who Reginald had them run this cross first. Thank God we never had children, because if y'all had children, then y'all would have been like Luke and Jessica. It would have been canon. Y'all would have had to stay married. Thank God ain't nobody right y'all officially, even though Reginald Hutland tried and Jonathan Hickman tried. You really gonna say this? Thank God they ain't had no children. You know, I remember somebody writing something into a movie, telling folks exactly how they felt about somebody. This ain't no different. This ain't no different. I will always love this man. She runs up on him. I will always love this man. She runs up on him. They swap some spit. That's what Grandmama and them used to say back then. They swap some spit. She throws a left cross. Looks at her wedding band. She looks at her wedding band after the students say, Storm, there's no sign of hope here. We're pulling out. Storm. She looks at her wedding band, takes it off, and throws it on the ground. And I, as a critical thinking reader, am supposed to take this story seriously to the point where I'm going to acknowledge as canon. I like what Mr. Ray Smith said. Mr. Ray Smith alluded to this, and I like this right here, especially considering Emma Frost is on the field of battle and everything like that. Yeah, we just gonna say that if this story is canon, this was Emma Frost's psychic imprints on Aurora influencing her decision-making process, because this is trash. This is trash. As a matter of fact, we're gonna go ahead and say Mephisto had his hand in the game too, because this is very uncharacteristic of T'Challa. Yeah, we gonna do it. Yeah, ain't nobody got time for this. Let me get on back on over here to this notes. I came in here for a good time, an informative time, not to be confused with a long time. Anybody going on with that? You Jason. Now, maybe you will, maybe you won't. It's neither here nor there. The thing is will you ever come across somebody like myself who has no problem asking you the question about this story? It ain't got to be me. Ain't got to be nobody look like me. The question is, are you prepared? Because this is trash. And the question is, why? Because you're talented. That's what folks say. Well, why would a talented writer put out trash? I would never attach my name to it. I don't give a damn what the agenda is. I don't give a damn what the message is. If I can't make it work, it ain't gonna work. No, hell no, we ain't doing that. Grand Madam Tara, my spiritual advisor is in the building. What is going on? I'm beginning to think that some of these writers never had a relationship in their lives. If he's too cold and she's too hot, why can't they come together and warm things up? That verbiage, grand madam, didn't even make sense. It didn't make sense from a literary standpoint. And it didn't make sense from a real standpoint. Like, he's cold-hearted and she's hot-blooded. Like, we just don't know what else to say. We don't have no other words to describe him. I get it. Considering what we wrote. Yeah, I get it. Benny said that she was not talking away. Yeah, that's going back up to my elder, Mr. Ray Smith. Yeah, Brian Michael Benny. Yeah, he said Jessica wasn't talking, so I ain't never understood that. Yeah. Let me just say this, and I want to get it out there one day. I do have a comic. I think all of us out here to a degree have a comic. I do have a comic. It's seven characters. And when I say 7 characters, it's 7 heroes. It is 4 of them are women, 3 of them are men. 1 woman is a member of the LGBTQ+. One of the male characters is European. He's in a relationship with one of the other characters. Now, mind you, it ain't but 1 European character on the team. The rest of them are African American. Yep. I got an African American lawyer. I got an African American sports agent. I got an African American college student. And I got an African American costume designer. Yeah. You see how that go? The costume designer suffers from image problems, and quite a few women can relate to this. She thinks she's overweight. So what does she do? She uses her telepathy, a la Cable, to fool people into thinking she's slender size when actually she's plus size. See, that's a real story. That's a real story. See how that go? The young lady that's LGBTQ+, everybody from the outside looking, they think she's heterosexual. She's not. Does she look like a masculine woman? No. She looks more like a short version of Coriander, except dark skin. How hard is that story to tell? It's not hard. You just have to want to tell a genuine story. Know what you're talking about. And if you don't know what you're talking about, talk to folks that do. Safe to say, in this story, we ain't talked to nobody that was a Black Panther fan. Truth be told, we ain't talked to nobody that was a Storm fan, because these are piss poor representations of both. There it is. Piss poor representations of both. So we're not even going to do all that. No, bad writing. It's bad writing. Let me see here. What else I got? I think that's about it. I felt like this topic, because we want to know how we got here, and we will continue Avengers versus X-Men. We will. And then, of course, we're going to run right on into that time runs out event. Yeah, we got a lot of steam. Y'all make sure y'all got y'all notifications on. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because we're going to start bringing this. Got some good stuff in here. I know everybody that's a Black Panther fan doesn't have this, so we definitely gonna get into this and everything like that. Well, I will be working on my my Shangermeyer voice. Let me check these notes, and then we're gonna tap dance on up out of here. This has been a pleasure and everything like that. Let me make sure I got Anansi. Thank you so much for putting up. Jermaine Knowles pulled up. My elder, Mr. Ray Smith, pulled dropping nugget. Hey, him, Daryl, him. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Oh, we got Big James Eagle pulled up in the building. What's going on, Big James? What's going on? Thank you so much for pulling up. We had Ronnie J. Ronnie, I got to get to the story and everything. Thank you so much, Big Dog. I just been trying to get this thing out here so we can get the truth. My bad. Let me come back. This right here, Black Panther, T'Challa, declassified. some other great reading in here and everything like that. Not everybody has access to it. This is a well, everybody has access to it, but doesn't have it. This is a Black Panther channel, so we're gonna start getting that stuff on out there. We got some more Dora Milaje content to get out there. We want those that want the Black Panther knowledge to have as much knowledge as they can possibly get. Let me see who else we got pulled on up. Like I said, Mr. Ray Smith, my elder, pulled up. King Cam's Jungle Podcast just dropped a video over there. Make sure you go check it out. Let's see here. Grand Madam Tarot. That was a nice birthday, Grand Madam. I see y'all out there doing big things and everything. You look like I'm kind of nippy out there, just a little bit, but look like y'all was having fun, and that's the type of fun that I'm talking about having right there. Mr. William Mola, thank you so much for pulling up and everything. Thank you so much. So that's it. You want to know, folks want to know, T'Challa and Aurora breaking up right there. Right there. Anybody say T'Challa mistreated Aurora? The story sit right there, just showing the playlist. Just showing, but I know how this is gonna go. They not gonna check it because they know they lying. Now that's the sad part about it. The folks that want to be wrong, they're not going to be educated. They will sit up there and they will use their smart device for everything except to validate that which they're saying. No, them hearing it from somebody, wanting what they want, that's good enough for them, which is crazy to me because if I look at the movie of An Officer and a Gentleman, y'all remember that movie? Y'all remember that movie? Y'all remember Gunny? He was wound too tight. He was wound too tight. He was wound too tight. I'm not excusing what Gunny did. I'm not. But Gunny had a point. He did. He had a point. It's just take one. And the sad part is we got more than one. We got more than one. There's more, and folks like Theo, damn you tough. No, there's more than enough of us that need to be picked up by a drop squad. And the sad part about it is some of the names I would put on that list that need to be picked up by the drop squad would surprise some folks. But there's quite a few of us that need to be picked up by the drop squad. I ain't saying, I'm just saying, listen, I'm out. I know anybody that ain't my age, that what drop squad, the hell is he talking about? You better use that smart device for more than just looking up drama and fights and stuff like that. I ain't saying, I'm just saying, listen, I'm out. Thank y'all so much. Hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. YouTube be doing some funny stuff. Make sure you got your notifications on. I've heard folks aren't getting their notifications on. Tomorrow is What a Week It Was Wednesday. We do have some more comic book content. We are a Black Panther channel. This is Black Panther Central. This is what this is. We got everybody else, but that's the main protagonist when it comes to this channel, along with the brother over my right shoulder. And I want to get this out there. There is an anniversary coming up. There is. There's an anniversary coming up. And I want to make sure that, you know, somebody said the quickest way to kill a person's legacy is to stop telling their story. Well, that's not something that we've done here. We're not going to do it. We acknowledge the day of life and we acknowledge the day of transition. And we use that to talk about things he's been a part of, aside from the one that everybody wants to assign it to. So let's make plans. God willing, we all still here. We'll link up November 29th. If it's okay with y'all, we can acknowledge the man, the director, the student, the husband, the brother, Chadwick Aaron Bozeman. Till next time. In the meantime, in between time, this has been a Stone Gas Honey. Shout out to Don Cornelius. I wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and so we out.